Hello, good afternoon. I'm Nina Hartley, and you are watching Tuesdays with Nina. And you can send your questions for me to tuesdayswithnina@gmail.com, and they'll get to me. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful week so far. So Brian asked me what books I like to read to learn about sexuality, and because he wants to become better educated about sex and sexuality and lovemaking. And as it so happens, I have plenty of books that I have enjoyed over the years that have helped increase my sexual knowledge and awareness. Of course, there is my book. I have to do a plug, and I know Eden Fantasy sells this book, and it's called Nina Hartley's Guide to Total Sex. Hello. A bit shiny, isn't it? There we go. Nina at the calendar. And this is available at Eden Fantasies. The most important book I've ever read about sex is by Betty Dodson, Bettydodson, and that is called Sex for One. And her companion book to that is Orgasms for Two. She's an incredible sex educator, the coolest 80-year-old chick on the planet. And her books were invaluable to me in helping me realize my sexual identity, as well as accepting my sexuality and appreciating it instead of hating myself for it. Betty Dodson, one of the most important sex educators. If you're interested in female ejaculation, the only book on the subject worth it is by Deborah Sundal, Sundhal, called The G-Spot and Female Ejaculation. An amazing book. Another really good book is called The Guide to Getting It On. It's a big, thick book, and it's really, really useful. A 6th edition. It's just, I wish I'd written it. It's a great, fabulous book full of wonderful information, very non-judgmental. All these books are very non-judgmental in nature because that's the best way to handle sexuality issues, is, of course, without judgment. Also, Tristan Taormino, 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 has written many amazingly good books on sex. One, of course, was most famous, The Ultimate Guide to Anal Sex for Women. She has a wonderful book on sex toys that is just great, up-to-the-date information, and I bet you anything Eden Fantasies carries it. She has several other books under her belt, all having to do with sex and sexuality, including an anal sex position guide, etc. So she's an amazing educator. Carol Queen, Queen like the Queen, is an incredible writer, and her book on exhibitionism, called Exhibitionism for the Shy, now out in its 2nd edition, is a really wonderful sex education book that talks about, of course, the mental space between our ears and how important it is to get that corralled, not under our control, but into our purview, because the biggest sex organ, as you know, is the brain. And once we can accept our sexual fantasies and desires and learn how to express them in a healthy way, then life gets better, the world gets better, birds sing, angels fly, or angels sing and birds fly. But Carol Queen's work is really, really important. And see, Betty Dodson, Carol Queen, Tristan Taormino, my book, Guide to Getting It On, and that's just a short one. There's lots of really good sex books out there. If people are interested in monogamous relationships, there are wonderful books on hot monogamy or 365 Days of Hot Sex. There is, I think, the marriage challenge, the sex challenge. This one couple decided to have sex every day for a year, and they wrote about it. And they are a observant Christian couple, so they were doing this all within the purview or the umbrella of their church, and apparently it's done quite well. There are lots of really good books out there. The most important thing is to find topics that interest you. And, of course, in the back of all these books, there'll be resources and referrals to other great authors. My book, Nina Hartley's Guide to Total Sex, Carol Queen, Exhibitionism for the Shy, Tristan Taormino, The Ultimate Guide to Anal Sex for Women, and the Big Book of Toys, Betty Dodson, Sex for One, and also Orgasms for Two. And that is just a short, short list. I could go on and on and on, but there's a lot of books out there, so get reading. But good for you for wanting to improve your knowledge and understanding and awareness of sexuality issues, also to make your own sex life more rewarding for you and your partners. Yay! I'm Nina Hartley. This has been Tuesdays with Nina, and please send your questions to tuesdayswithnina@gmail.com. See you next week. Bye-bye.